friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Brenda and I am so happy you are here as well. Today I'm participating in the Hello Summer playlist. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I created this decal off my Cricut. I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, in the colors crimson and fern, the color pumpkin, and I'm also going to use ocean and maize. And then I'm going to use my apple barrel wild grapes paint as well. So I start off, I had this wood round I got. It's like a 3-pack, I think, from Hobby Lobby. So I'm just I took this little round piece that I had and I'm just tracing it out, and I made it off-centered on purpose. And then I'm just taking my ruler here and I'm just going to make some lines, and I just go around, and I had 6 paints. So not counting the white, because the white is for the middle. But when I got done making my lines, I realized there were 7 areas to paint, not counting the round. So you see me counting there. I erased it, and then I just moved the lines a little bit to just make it to where there was 6 openings to paint. Then I am taking my painter's tape here, and I'm just marking off each section, and then I am going to paint each section with each of those colors that I showed you at the beginning. And I should finish this up real soon. So I started off with my red chalk paint, and I'm just going all around that area, and I'm being really careful when I get to the middle round area. I'm just trying to brush right up to the line. You see me just moving my brush there, just trying to get it all edged up to that spot. And then I just finish it, and I also paint the edges of this as well. And then I go with my purple on the next color, and then I just go along with the other colors. Now, I did see this off of Pinterest. It had different sayings, and I really wanted to make this. I thought this was great. If you don't have a pool, you don't have to say anything about a pool on this. If you want to recreate it, you could always just say welcome or hello summer. There's all kinds of sayings you could say on this other than the pool sign that I put on there. So once they were all painted, I'm just using my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and a very small brush. I'm just going all around the edge, just painting, and then I will use a bigger brush to paint in the middle. That way I don't get the paint on the other colors. And once I have this done, I am going to, once it was dried, I did dry it, and then I'm going to put my decal right on the beach ball here. And after that, I'm going to take it outside, and I sprayed it with my, no, I don't. Sorry. I forgot about this part. Okay, so I took my white paint marker, and I am just tracing out the lines in between each of those colors, just giving it some more definition. And then after I go around tracing out each section, then I take it and I just go around the bottom like you see, and just put spurts here. Now again, I'm not an artist, I'm not a painter. I had this pulled up on Pinterest, so that I could get an idea of the different shadowing techniques and stuff that other creators made, because for me, I have no idea when it comes to shading and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going by what I see here. Here I'm just going around with my black marker around that white ball or the middle of the ball. And then I'm just edging out those white lines with that black paint marker. And these are Arteza paint markers. I believe I have them in my Amazon store if you're interested in them. And then I did some squiggly lines and some dots. And then I'm going to put a hanger on this. Now I did take this out and spray it with a clear coat. And I sprayed it probably 3 or 4 times. And then as you see, I painted the very back with my ocean color as well. And here I'm just putting a hanger on it. And that's all there was. Simple and easy. Although it took my husband a while to get it drilled into that brick. Oh, I love my husband. He's so good to me. But anyways, there it is. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below. Today's video is part of the Hello Summer Challenge, and it is hosted by Tammy at the Rusted Willow and Ellie at DIY from House to Home. This season's guest host is C with CJ DIY, so make sure you check out these wonderful ladies. They're very creative. Check out their channel, show them some love, and then make sure you check out the playlist as well. I will have links to all of them in my description box below. So here is DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I am going to take 3 of these solar lights from Dollar Tree. I am going to use 3 of these little plastic bowls that you get from the party section of Dollar Tree, and then 3 of these beautiful plastic bowls from Dollar Tree. And then I got this candle stand at a yard sale for $1 here about a month or so ago. And I'm going to start off by giving that candle stand a good cleaning with my baby wipes. It was really dirty. Sorry, my hand is so close to the camera, but this thing's kind of tall. Then I took my super glue, my gel super glue, and I'm just going to round the edge of one of those smaller plastic bowls. And then I'm just going to put a little hot glue on there. Again, that's for the temporary hold, while the super glue sets for the permanent hold. And then I just turned it upside down and laid it on top of that candle holder, and I did that on all 3 of those candle holders. Then as you see there, I was just tracing out the bottom part of that solar light, and I'm sorry my hand's in the way, but I just got this tool for my birthday, and I went and I made a hole on each on the top of each one. And here I am spray painting it with my Rustoleum vintage teal paint. Now this paint color is the exact same color as the Waverly Agave paint. You'll see I'll be using that on the lights a little later, and they match up perfectly. So while that was drying, I took my little wood burner here, and I am just cutting around the bottom of that bowl. Now on this one, I cut too much, so I had to cut the other 3. But I went right kind of in between the triangles. I think you can probably see the triangles there on the bottom of the bowl. I made sure that my little heating tool here was just going right in between, right like through the middle of those triangles. And then once that was done, I taped off the top part of those lights, and then I am going to paint them with my Agave. If you're new here, I just want to say welcome. If you like what you see today and you like home decor on a budget as well as holiday decor, thrift flip, gift ideas, and I'd invite you to hit that subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family. And then let me know in the comment box that you're new here. I'd love to get to know you. And all of you, you know the drill. Make sure you give me that thumbs up if you like today's video, and comment, because you all know, you've heard me say it over and over, that helps my channel grow, and I truly appreciate it. So after that was dry, I took my super glue here, and I'm just putting it all around the rim of that light. And of course, I'm doing a little bit of the hot glue just for the immediate hold. And then I stick it in just like you see to those beautiful plastic bowls. And I do that on all 3. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the super glue. I'm just going to go around where I cut that hole on these plastic bowls that are on top of the candle holder. And I was getting low on I was getting to the end of that tube. And then I'm going to use the hot glue as well. And then I'm going to stick the little light right in there, and I just kind of hold it in place for a few minutes or a few seconds. But I'm showing you, if you don't have one of these candle holders, you could definitely use a candlestick and do the same kind of a thing. I'm just kind of showing you what you could do there instead. And that's all there was. I love how this came out. It is beautiful. I'm going to have this on my table outside as soon as my husband gets the umbrella out, because I am going to use a zip tie to tie it in. The winds here in Oklahoma can get pretty rough, and I don't want to take a chance of this blowing over. But that's what it looks like in the dark, and I just love it. You have to let me know what you think about it. Make sure you're following me on social media. You can find links to all my accounts in my link tree in the description box below. Here is celebration of your recreations, and we have some nice items from Georgiana. That pudding looks amazing. And then Jody, beautiful job. I love how you recreated that flower. And Belinda, I love the heart. Thank you so much. You ladies did an awesome job. I truly appreciate the pictures. If you have something you want me to share, make sure you send me a picture of yours as well. Okay, here is the final DIY. Oh, you guys, this one. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 pairs of flip-flops from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use some clothespins from Dollar Tree. I am going to use this 5-gallon wood stir stick from from Amazon. They're in my Amazon store. My Waverly chalk paint in the colors Agave and the color Peacock, Pool, and Lagoon, and this fence piece. And then I did use some 1-gallon stir stick pieces as well. So I'm going to start off by painting each one of those flip-flops with one of those colors. After that, I am taking apart my clothespins and I'm going to paint them white, as well as that stir stick. Now, I made a towel holder last year. I loved it, and I made it out of the MDF flip-flop cutouts from Dollar Tree, and it was so cute. I will have a link to that video in my description box if you want to see it. But with all the wind here in Oklahoma, it just tore it to shreds. By the end of summer, in fact, we've lost, I think, one of the flip-flops flew away somewhere. I don't know. I only found 3 and not 4. So I wanted to try and make another towel holder by our pool that hopefully will last through the summer a little bit better. And so with much talk with my husband, trying to figure out what I could do, I thought, okay, well, let's try this plastic fence piece. I originally wanted to get some kind of wood, but with wood prices the way they are right now, I just didn't see it as feasible. I still want to do I want to cut out some wood to look like a flip-flop is what I want to do. And maybe next year I can do it. But so far, this is what I'm doing. So as you saw there, I just cut out all those little pieces off that fence. I am using my super duper Gorilla Glue here. The instructions are to put the glue on one surface and then water on the other surface. And I do that on to that fence, and then also onto that stir stick below. Unfortunately, this does not work. I let it sit for about 3 hours, and when I went to go pick it up, it just fell apart. It just didn't work. And I don't know if it's because of the rubber, the plastic, I don't know, but it was very frustrating. As you see, I am doing the same glue with the clothespins. Now they seem to be sticking. I haven't tried using any hanging towels from them yet, so we'll still have to see. I'm holding my breath. But after all of this, my husband and I talked, trying to figure out what we could do to make this work. So in the meantime, while he's trying to figure it out, I am taking some of these 1-gallon stir sticks, 3 of them, in fact, and I'm hot gluing them together. And then I did some smaller pieces. This is a smaller piece that's going to go up on the top where the arch is. But since, it doesn't fit into the arch part, my husband is using the Dremel here to just cut it down. We traced it out where it needed to be trimmed. And so we're just trimming the area so that it will fit on the back side of the fence post. And you'll see me stick them in here. And the reason why we're doing this is because we have a brick house, and my husband has to drill these into a brick wall. And so we needed something more thick behind that fence post. Now, if you try to recreate something like this, and you don't have a brick house, you probably don't have to do this. Or if you don't have a really windy area, you probably wouldn't have to do this part. You could probably just hang it. But since our area can be very windy, I mean, every day it's wind. So this is why we're trying it. So this is what we came up with. My husband had these roofing nails. And so we thought, okay, well, he goes, because the whole part of these roofing nails, the part that goes into what you're hammering into, has like, it's kind of like a screw end, and they're designed so they don't pull up. So we came up with the idea of trying this out. So I hope this works. We'll see. I don't know. But so he is just hammering these in, the top part of those flip-flops into the bottom of the fence. And then we're going to take the 5-gallon stir stick that I painted white, and we're going to attach them to the bottom. Now, my husband, he didn't have this centered enough, and so as he's doing this, he splits the wood. So, we turned the wood piece around, and then he got it more centered, and now he's hammering them in, and he does get them all through. And then I thought, oh, you know what? It's a little time to show some Oliver, because that's a little more fun than watching him hammer this in. In fact, I was kind of bored myself. So yeah, here's Oliver again. And then of course I'm talking to him, and he decides he needs me to hold him. So there I am, holding my sweet little Oliver. So then after he had that all done, he did get his clamp out. We put some wood glue in there and then clamped it. But then he realized after it was all done, there's another split that we didn't glue. So we have to go back and re-glue that too. But in the meantime, I went ahead and took those paints and painted those orange caps. And then I painted some little wood flowers, and I used some super glue to add those flowers to the top of the flip-flops to cover where those orange caps were. Even though I painted them, I just kind of wanted to try and cover them a little. And now I'm using my Waverly varnish to go over all of it. Now I did spray this with my clear coat before we put them all together. But I just, after everything that happened, I did feel like some of the paint chipped in some areas, so I went back and fixed it. And I just wanted to add some more protection over this paint, because I'm not 100% sure how this is going to hold up. I'll let you guys know if it turns out. If it doesn't turn out. If it doesn't, you'll see me making another one next year. So there it is. I really do like it. I wish those flip-flops had a little more of a design on them, but at this point I was just kind of frustrated and afraid to try anything else. So there it is. You'll have to let me know what you think, if you have any ideas of what might have made that a little more sturdy. But here's a final reveal of the 3 projects that I made. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, if you're new and you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button, become part of our family. And then all of you guys, if you like today's video, make sure you give me that thumbs up and comment, and then make sure you go check out Tammy and Ellie and C's channels, as well as their videos and the playlist. And if you hang on to the very end, you'll see a little video of Oliver running around the pool. So with all that being said, you guys, I will be back on Thursday with another video. So have a blessed few days, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Get it! Get it! Get it, Oliver! Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it, Oliver! Get it! Go get it!